about to go surfing.
Yay!
Yay! The waves are looking small, which I think is perfect for me because hopefully this means I will catch a wave. We are currently swimming in the waters of Catalina Island and it is so blue, it's actually insane. It feels so good. I just packed my bag and I'm about to head out to go to a bike repair shop because my mom has a bike that she used to ride a lot in her 20s and 30s, and it's just been sitting in our garage ever since. When I was younger, I used a different bike, but now that I'm older, I don't own a bike, and I'm really tempted to go to the bike repair shop and get her bike fixed. When I was living in Spain, I would ride a bike every day, going to work, going to the grocery store, going to the gym. It was like my most sought out mode of transportation. But now that I'm living in the States, I have not ridden a bike since, and I truly miss it so much. So I thought summer would be the perfect time to go to a repair shop and get the bike fixed, and maybe go for a little bike ride today. This morning I had the biggest migraine and I was not happy. And right now I feel absolutely amazing and so rejuvenated. I also think journaling did help, but I think there's a reason people feel their best when they're in nature. And I think we need to listen to this reason more often. I've also been loving using my wired headphones lately. I forgot I had them, and recently I discovered them, and that's also been a really fun addition. I've been really pulled to old school early 2000s forms of consumption, like wired headphones and CDs. My car has a CD player, so I'm trying to collect more CDs and DVDs and kind of just have more physical recollections of life. I feel like so much of it gets lost when everything is digital these days, and I really want to get better at printing photos and writing in diaries and scrapbooking memorabilia and kind of just having more physical remembrances of life and the life that I lived, so that way when I'm older I can look back at all of these things and just remember what I did and be able to feel and touch and see them rather than just have to scavenge through the cloud and find them on my phone. I've noticed that when I do things in the morning that really fill my cup, I feel a lot better doing something a little less exciting later in the day. And I remember when I worked a full-time job and I was going into office or I would be working from home, I would just start my day off with work and I had no sort of easing my way into the day and into my work day, and I would always feel so miserable doing work. And even though I'm not working a corporate job right now, I feel like I find myself being a lot more content doing computer work after I've set my day up for success. I think those things really do make a big impact on the rest of your day. And right now, I'm about to head out and go to a really fun surf market. I've been really role-playing this identity of a surfer lately because I'm really bad at surfing, but I find it very enjoyable. And even though I'm not good at it, I still love the act of just being in the ocean and trying something out. And I'm super excited to go to this night market that's surf themed, so it has a bunch of surf vendors that will sell nautical ocean stuff. I don't really know what they're gonna sell, but I'm very excited.
Passarinho na janela e o fusquinha na calçada, bicicleta amarela e o calor os seus olhos me olhando e o sol já vai subir. Você desce e vai embora. É quando eu vou dormir. Passarinho na janela e o fusquinha na calçada, bicicleta amarela e o calor de madrugada são lembranças de nós dois. Vai você, eu vou depois. Deixa a porta aberta. E as horas vão passar.
Right?
I love. This one girl was running by and she said, "Keep going, you got this," and it was genuinely so sweet and made my whole day. Last night I finished Pride and Prejudice and it is so good. It is my first Jane Austen read, and I have to say I really love books that are set in the 19th century because it just feels so slow and intentional and cozy. And when the characters in this book would be bored, they didn't have phones to just scroll on. Instead, they would play card games or talk or read books. And when they wanted to communicate with someone that was far away, they couldn't text them. They had to write really long intentional letters and ship them off. I just love that slowness of life. I think in another life, I too was living in 19th century England because reading this book just sparked so much joy and comfort and coziness inside of me. I also love Jane Austen's writing style because I've never read anything like it, and it's just such a delight to read it because it's playful and witty. And to think that she wrote this when she was 20 years old and then published it when she was 21 is insane to me. But tonight I'm going to see the film adaptation of Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley because I haven't seen it yet and my friends rave about it, and so I'm very excited to see it.